Our next guest teaches others how to build wealth through the stock market. They call him the Wall Street Trapper. From New Orleans, Louisiana, please welcome Leon Howard. Man, I'm so happy to have you here. You know, I've followed you on Instagram, followed you for a very long time. I'm so happy that you're here, man.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Tell us where the name Trapper comes from.
Oh, man, so just being born and raised in New Orleans, just grew up in the streets firsthand. Well deprived, financially suffocated, like no information. And so I grew up just truly just embracing everything that came with the streets. And so when I looked at Wall Street, like I saw a lot of people just making money without risking their lives, without having to do illegal things that we were doing in the streets. So once I got the information about the stock market, it was like, I can combine the two. Same products, same services, marketing, branding, the same things that you do in the streets. They doing it on Wall Street legally, you know, and they building wealth generation after generation after generation. So I knew if I could take that information and combine the two, plus give the word trapper a new name, make it stand for something new, make it represent something new. If I can do that, then I would be able to just help a lot of people that came from where I came from.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I hope that everybody understands, too, that how major that shift was, man. I know you had a very, very hard upbringing. At 16, you were charged with attempted murder.
Yes. So one thing about the streets is there are a lot of necessary evils that a lot of people really, truly don't understand. And it's okay. But for me, I was, you know, just in the streets doing what I do, and I got jacked.
Right.
So went to prison for attempted murder, did 10 years, yeah. And that was the changing point, truly, in my life.
In the 10 years where you were in prison, that is when you learned about stocks and financial literacy, right?
Yes. So I had just got in a fight with two guys that I knew, and I was in a holding cell. I was in a cell, which is solitary confinement, and I was having a conversation with somebody, and he was like, "Man, y'all playing the wrong game." So I'm like, "We playing the wrong game. You here with me? What game you playing?"
Right.
You know
Right.
Tell me what game you playing. Give me the instructions. So it was during those 45 days where he told me that wealthy people stop trading time for money. They let their money work for them, and they give value to people. I had never heard nothing like that in my life. And so because we were always in survival mode, we don't know how to play offense in life, right? And so with those rules, the rest of my 10 years, I just dedicated myself to like, I need to learn this game, so this isn't always the end result. Right? And so you think about being in prison, it's crazy to think about it, but grown men love watching The Young and the Restless. Victor Newman is the man. Victor Newman is the man, so I would have to get up in the morning and watch CNBC real early. And so I read every book I could read. I paid the language, started making sense to me. And so I dedicated myself to becoming the best Warren Buffett that I could be on that journey. Yeah.
Absolutely. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I can't wait to tap in more with this guy. We got to take a break right now, but when we come back, we're going to take some questions from the audience, Wall Street Trapper. We'll be right back. I want you to talk about this because I know that providing financial tips and information to people of color is a priority for you, man. Tell us about that.
Yes. You know, again, there's a thread that runs through every ghetto and every hood in America, and it is lack of information. Right? And so when we think about it from a large scale, like most people fear losing money, right? And so the fear of losing money keeps them from taking action. But yet we embrace the idea of what wasting money is, the imagery that comes behind it, buying all the things. So that fear keeps you from creating legacy. So I always say fail, right? Fear always interrupts legacy, right? Fear always interrupts legacy. So we fear the things that actually can take us to the next level. And so because we don't have the information, for me, it's like teaching us like, yo, let's have more money in the stock market than we have in a savings account. And because we aren't financially privy, all we do now is waste money. We become consumers. And then we pass down generational consumerism.
Right.
So because I have the information, it's like, nah, like, let me teach my people. Let me teach them. Let me put them up to par. Let me show you how to start playing offense. Buying one stock can change your whole life. Ownership changes the whole paradigm of your whole family. And so that's what the game is about for me. That's the change.
I love it.
For the last year, we have become more committed to supporting Black-owned businesses. But if you were looking to support a Black-owned sliced bread company, you wouldn't have been able to find one until last month when our next guest started the very first one. From Chicago, Illinois, please welcome the founders of the Black Bread Company, Charles, Mark, and Jamel.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, you guys.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. It's so nice to meet the three of you. I love this story. Tell everybody how the Black Bread Company got started.
How you doing, Ellen? So the company got started right around the time of the George Floyd incident. It all started with the grocery list. I was very cautious on how I was spending my money around this time. I went into the grocery store. I went into the bread aisle. It was a huge bread aisle, both sides of the aisle. I actually was Googling every single bread that was in the store. I was in this aisle for about 35, 45 minutes. And then out of frustration, I left. And that's when I called Charles and got my friend Jamel on the line. And from there, the Black Bread Co. was born.
So it's not a new thing, sliced bread. It's been around, which makes it even crazier that there wasn't a Black-owned bread company before this.
Yeah, Ellen, that's actually what's most bizarre about this, right? Just for context, the sliced bread industry started in the early 1920s. We're now in 2021, 100 years later, and just now, as African Americans, we're getting representation in a bread aisle.
Amazing. Of all times to start a business, that must have been extra hard.
For us, we didn't think about it during the time, at the time until now, but really, we sacrificed a lot. I'll say I lost both of my jobs when the pandemic began. Mark finished up projects at his job and committed himself to this and left his job. Charles has been working full-time with his job and full-time with this. So we've all sacrificed a lot to be here. When we launched, we literally had $1.87 when we launched, to be honest. But we pulled together all of our resources, our savings, our families have made sacrifices for us to be here. And that's how serious we are about this company and presenting something that can change generations for people that look like us around the world.
Well, you're already making a difference. Mark, tell everybody what happened with your son at school.
Wow. So my son, he's 6 years old. In February, Black History Month, his teacher asked the class to do a project on any historic figure that they wanted to. So my son actually came to me and said, "Dad, I want to do my project on you and the Black Bread Company." And I was just really taken back at this moment. I'm like, wow. When I think of, African Americans or Black history, I'm think of, Martin Luther King or, Malcolm X. And so this really set me back. But at the end of the day, this is really what it's about. We want to have that representation. Now my son knows it's possible to actually create something that hasn't been done before, or just to be great and be able to follow his dream.
Oh, that's my godson, by the way. That's my godson.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sure you had the influence over him on that then.
Right.
All right, more with Black Bread Company after this. Twitch and I wanted to taste some of your bread, so we have some right here. I'm gonna take this is just plain bread with nothing on it. So I usually don't eat bread like this, but it's delicious bread.
All right.
Hey, did we pass the test?
I would make a sandwich with this bread.
Absolutely.
You like it? You like it, Twitch?
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, people are going to want to support you. So tell everybody where they can buy your bread.
Yeah, they can go on blackbreadco.com to purchase our honey wheat and premium white. Also, if you're in the Chicagoland area, we're in 5 grocery stores there. And also, we're happy to have conversations right now about some big grocery store chains that we hope to be in soon. I'll send some positive vibes, positive energy our way.
We will send positive vibes. Hopefully they see this. We're going to put on EllenTube so people know how to find you. Thanks so much for sending the bread. I realize we did not pay for it. Twitch, you got this, right?
Oh, actually, no. I think our friends at Shutterfly are taking care of this.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Our friends at Shutterfly care about Black lives and believe that all voices should be heard. So they're going to give you a check for $20,000.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Thank you all so much. Thanks for being here. When the pandemic happened, many businesses were forced to shut down. Our next guest figured out a way to reopen, turning his nightclub into his first black-owned grocery store in his community. From Houston, Texas, please welcome Robert Thomas. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is amazing. So you live in Houston, Texas. You opened up a nightclub there 5 years ago, correct?
Yes, I did. It's on the outskirts, about 30 minutes from downtown Houston, Texas. Very new to that area. Gutted the building out and gave them something in that community that was different. It was fixed up like downtown. So they didn't have to drive 30 minutes anymore. They can come to my place.
So you just open it, you're starting to do well, then the pandemic happens. And what are the first few months like there in the nightclub?
Oh, okay. They shut us down. It was about a Saturday. And we were wondering why the crowd was thin. It was thinner. And, you know, the rumors of virus and moving through the nation, through the city, and we were wondering what's going on. We made it through the night. We shut down. And maybe about the middle of the next day, the city makes an announcement saying that you're non-essential and all the restaurants and bars must completely shut down.
Okay, so what gives you the idea to all of a sudden turn a nightclub into a grocery store?
There were long lines outside of grocery stores. You couldn't get in. You had to wait in line. The community, they began to keep pop-up shops, farmer markets, black-owned businesses were getting together. So that became a place where I would go and shop. Good services, good products that they had. I would go and order my products. They would give them to me, or I can order them and they'll deliver it. They had different services, and I began to say to myself, why aren't these products in some of these big block stores? You might see a corner of a shelf inside of the entire market where there's black products on the shelf. So I said to myself, what if I come up with a platform? What if I create a store and a platform for people who cannot get their products inside of these stores? What if I create it myself?
Okay, yeah.
So from there,
it's just that idea.
It's just that idea. It gets me, the Houston Chronicles, they're beginning to notice that, you know, I'm coming up with this idea, and it just begins to grow through the community.
How long did that transformation take from your thought of like, how can I help this happen?
The transformation is still going right now. It took me 6 months to get open, though, to actually bust the seal on the doors again. So my girlfriend and I was thinking, everybody's asking me, when are you going to open? This is a good idea. When are you going to open? When are you going to open? So I'm laying there talking with my girlfriend, and I said, we are a black supermarket owned by a black man, black vendors, black products. So we're going to open on Black Friday, ready or not.
All right, I just love, because it is just that simple. You have an idea like, this isn't happening, why can't I make it happen? And you made it happen. We're gonna take a break, more with Robert after this. We're back with the owner of District Market greengrocer, Robert Thomas. We were talking about during the break, he's not just the first black-owned grocery store in the community, but the first black-owned grocery store in the state of Texas, which is, it's crazy. Okay, so hopefully this inspires more people. So what are your plans for District Market now, from now on?
Well, since it's all like a dream for me, I just want to keep dreaming big, okay? So my goal is to attack every food desert that I can find. First, I'm going to start in my immediate surrounding. Then I hope to attack across the country, maybe. You know, create economies for some of these poverty-stricken areas where they're just putting up, you know, all the fast food restaurants.
Yes.
I don't want to call any names.
Yes, there needs to be healthy food options. There needs to not just be fast food in those areas. And I hope you do that. I hope you become a very successful person doing that. And I have partnered with Tis Best, and they want to give you $20,000 to help you do that.
There's an incredible bookstore I love in Los Angeles called Malik Books. It's owned by an amazing couple, and even though they're struggling to keep their doors open, they continue to give back to their community. Now, right now, Malik and April think they're about to do an interview for EllenTube, but I have some bigger plans in store. All right, let's surprise them. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Whoa!
Hey, what's up? Hey, April, Malik, what's going on? It is so good to see y'all. Now, listen, I know that you thought you were filming like something for the website, but that's not what we're doing. You know.
Oh my goodness!
Y'all, I saw your story on GoFundMe, and I called the show immediately and was like, we have to get them in. And so we're doing the show right now. Surprise, you're on the show today. Well, listen, Malik Books has been part of the community for a really long time, and your store it's a staple. Tell us about why you opened it.
Well, Malik Books is an African-American independent bookstore located in the underserved community of Los Angeles, here in the historic Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza. We've been serving the community for an awful long time, since 1990, and walking into Malik's is the total African-American experience of pride, culture, self-esteem, where we give voice to the voiceless.
I love it. Love it. And it's so much more than just a store for your community, right? It's so much more.
Yes, it is more than a store.
Yes. We believe that change your thoughts, change your life.
Yes.
And so books help change my life, and I want to help change the community's life.
I love
and we use
everything about
books
that.
here at Malik Books to do it.
Yes.
I love everything about that. And I love that you also get your kids involved too, right? Do they enjoy helping out?
Yes, they do. My children love coming to work. They love helping the customers. They love being behind the register. Little entrepreneurs already.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
That's
the
awesome.
babies.
That's amazing.
My daughter wants to take over the business already. If she did today,
See,
she
that's a
would.
win-win situation right there. That's good. That's a win-win situation. Now, listen, we're going to take a short break, and then we have a little something for you that I know you guys are going to like when we come back. Now, like so many small businesses, you were hit hard by the pandemic, but found creative ways to stay connected to customers. And you started a GoFundMe to keep your business from closing. Now, how's that going?
It's going tremendous. We were devastated. We were closed for 6 months. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how we was going to pay our creditors. I didn't know how we were going to, get by this. So we started a GoFundMe and reached out to so many of our customers and people whom we don't know.
And Twitch,
Right.
I want to say thank you because I heard that you actually donated to our
did.
GoFundMe.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, God. Thank you so
Of
much.
course.
We appreciate it. Thank
Of course.
Amazing.
Now,
Thank you.
y'all are amazing. You're incredible. And a thing that I love about you is that even though you're struggling to keep the doors open, you're still giving back to the community. Now, here's a couple of things that I'm going to read these off because these are amazing. You do outreach at youth events in underserved communities. You do book giveaways for families in need. You partner with schools and literacy programs to host book drives. And you help give scholarships to college students. You've given 18 scholarships in the past 5 years. Y'all, that's incredible. Seriously. Now tell us about the book drive you have going on right now.
Well, we have an amazing book drive. We want to give 3 books to 100 different families. We want to give these kids books that are books during this pandemic that allows them to have an appreciation and self-worth.
Yes.
Absolutely, and that's a beautiful thing to do. And you're trying to raise $12,000 on GoFundMe to keep the store from closing. You're also trying to get books to 100 kids in need. And, we're going to help you with both. Shutterfly loves helping people tell their inspiring stories, and they want to give you $15,000. Now, I hope you accept checks because we just dropped one off at the front of the store. Can you go grab the check from the front of the store, please? We just dropped it off right now. Yeah, it's there right now.
In front of the store?
In the front of the store right now, yeah. It's that's that TV magic, Malik. We just dropped it right now.
Oh, man.